Looking for the perfect clothing rack to organize your space and keep your wardrobe neat? In this video, we review the top 5 best clothing racks of 2025, from sleek, modern designs to sturdy, heavy-duty options. Whether you need something minimalist for your bedroom, a rolling rack for easy mobility, or a stylish bamboo piece for a natural touch, we've got you covered. Okay guys, let's watch top 5 clothing racks honest review.
Number 5.
Out of all the clothing racks we tested, the Brabantia Linn large clothes rack is our favorite. It's a long-lasting, stylish, and spacious piece that you can purchase in 3 different sizes, small, large, and compact, and in 2 different colors, white or black. We tested the large, white version in the lab and found it to be very simple and pretty. The aesthetic design can easily complement your belongings, your clothes, your shoes, and a handbag or 2, and make them into a true centerpiece of your bedroom. Since our original test, our editor has owned and used this clothes rack in her own home for 3 years. In that time frame, it's survived moving and being disassembled and reassembled multiple times. Initially, setting up this rack took about 45 minutes, and if you have any experience assembling furniture, following along with the instruction manual may not be too difficult. However, you do need to be very careful when lifting the rod above your head and placing the bars in their connection points prior to adding the screws. Once set up, this rack is exceptionally sturdy. The bamboo rod could withstand 2 10-pound bags just fine, which is close to the manual's listed weight limit of 22 pounds, though, this limit is more restrictive than the other options we tested. The wire shelves, which you can set to your desired height, did bend a little bit and proved not to be suitable for heavy items. Placing shoes on the shelves seems to be alright, however, storing a clothes steamer and magazines on the bottom shelf resulted in some sagging. In addition, the rack doesn't come with wheels, so you'll want to set it up in your desired location, or as closely as possible. It's relatively easy to slide around on a carpeted floor, but the bulky design means it doesn't easily slide through a doorway. The large version is definitely that large. So, if you have a smaller living space or want to put this piece in an entryway to stash backpacks, coats, and bags, consider opting for the small version which still features 2 shelves, or the compact version that has 1 solid shelf near the base. What we like. Comes in multiple sizes and colors. Fairly easy to set up and take apart as needed. Long-lasting, beautiful design. What we don't like. Wire shelves can only hold light items. Doesn't have wheels.
Number 4.
While this simple houseware garment rack isn't the fanciest or most spacious on the market, it has the basics to ensure you can hang up your favorite pieces and the bonus of an extendable rod for added space. Given the lower price tag, we weren't sure what to expect from its durability, but we found it to be really strong. It has a weight limit of 250 pounds, which is way more than the 2 10-pound bags we tested it with. Compared to other clothing racks, the setup process for this product was fairly simple, especially because the necessary tools were provided. We do wish the pieces were labeled, though, because the metal rods all looked very similar. We were able to easily roll the rack on its wheels from a rug to a hard floor without fear of it tipping over. The downside of this rack is its lack of different storage options. The whole rack is quite minimal. 1 rod and 1 bottom shelf isn't ideal if you're hoping to store your entire closet. But, along with silver, it's also offered in both black and white finishes, so you can at least match it with your decor. We think the simple houseware standard rod garment rack would be a particularly great option for holding outfits for a photo shoot, you know, when you want to show off your latest purchases on Instagram or TikTok, in addition to the more traditional uses for a clothing rack in your home. It may even be suitable for displaying outfits you don't wear often, or pop-up shops that are constantly on the go with their clothes rack. Several other rod configurations are also available if you want to spend a few more dollars for added storage space. Ultimately, what sets this pick apart from our overall best, other than its price point, is its simpler but functional design, and its wheels. What we like. Adjustable rod. Very strong and durable design. Comes in different configurations and colors. What we don't like. minimal compared to other options.
Number 3.
The Honey Can-Do Chrome Rolling Clothing Rack was our favorite rolling rack from our testing. Along with the convenience of its wheels, its design includes 3 shelves and 1 rod for maximum storage. The rod held up particularly well in the face of the 10-pound bags. The brand lists a 50-pound weight capacity for the bar and 200 pounds for each shelf, which bodes well for its overall durability. The chrome finish on the rack, similar to that of our best value pick, definitely makes it look more utilitarian in person, but we think this aesthetic makes it the perfect option for a garage, laundry room, or basement storage room. This could even be a good rack for an office. The wheels transitioned from a rug to a hard floor with ease. Aside from pieces from your closet, you could load it up with big boxes of snacks, bottles of laundry detergent, or multiple baskets of clothes, you name it. It's worth noting that the instructions for this rack were just a photo. There are several pieces and parts, all of which are pretty heavy, so more detailed instructions would be helpful to ensure a speedier assembly process. The rack is adjustable, but we found the parts a bit hard to move, given their weight. Lastly, the rack is quite tall, so you'll want to make sure you have enough space in your room for it before adding it to your cart. Like with our overall best pick, the large dimensions really come to life in person. What we like. Very durable and strong design. Wheels moved smoothly. Good option for laundry rooms and storage spaces as well. What we don't like. Instructions were just a photo. Pieces are pretty heavy and hard to adjust.
Number 2.
Creating storage in a small space is no problem with the help of the Yamazaki Home Freestanding Steel and Wood Hanger. This more compact option can comfortably fit 1 or 2 outfits on its single rod and a pair of shoes on its bottom shelf. You can also hang items off its top corners, if you're hoping to show off a hat or bag, similar to a coat rack. The items we tested the rack with, including a jacket, sweater, pair of pants, vest, shoes, and more, fit nicely, and the rack proved to be lightweight and easy to move, despite not having wheels. The assembly process was a breeze as well, only taking about 5 minutes. This was a major departure from all the other racks we tested, which took an average of 30 minutes to set up. Plus, we set it up that quickly despite not having clear instructions. Despite being lightweight, we found this aesthetic clothing rack to be surprisingly very durable, too. The rod didn't show any major signs of distress when we applied the 10-pound bags. At the end of the day, we think it would be a great option for an entryway or a bedroom, where you might just display or hang a few items at a time. It wouldn't make a good substitute for a closet or dresser. Like other options, you can shop it in black or white, depending on the style of your space and your personal preference. And if you're going between this rack and the compact version of our overall best, know that this one is a bit wider and about $50 less in comparison. Otherwise, it's incredibly similar. What we like. Very quick assembly process. Surprisingly durable. Good option for bedroom or entryway as well. What we don't like. No instructions to follow. Doesn't have wheels.
Number 1.
Unlike the rest of the racks we recommend that are made of metal, the Costway 2-tier bamboo garment rack is made of bamboo, and is also the only pick on our list that we haven't formally tested. That said, we've tested several other clothing racks made of this material, including the Urban Outfitters Levy clothing rack, which is, sadly, no longer available. Once assembled, a bamboo clothing rack like this one can look beautiful and provide you with all kinds of space for storing your favorite pieces. In particular, we love that this Costway rack has both upper and lower shelves. The lower shelf has some wide slats and a 66-pound weight limit, so you can comfortably store shoes without fearing that they'll fall through. The top shelf has a 33-pound weight limit, making it great for accessories, hats, or a small stack of tees. The only thing you can't really store on this clothing rack, beyond heavier items that could make the rod sag, is longer dresses. The lower shelf gets in the way, but you can always fold your dresses over a clothes hanger like you would a pair of pants. At 12 pounds, this pick also isn't the lightest or the heaviest of our list. It would be easy to move as needed but also can firmly be affixed to your wall with help from the included tipping kit. If you plan on using this piece as a makeshift closet in a nursery or kids' room, we definitely recommend using the included tipping kit to secure it to the wall. What we like. Bottom shelf has wide slats for shoes. Comes with a tipping kit for adhering it to the wall. Good option for nursery or kids' room. What we don't like. Longer dresses don't fit well. Less durable than metal options. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel, press the bell icon and comment below.